Well, U.S. President Donald Trump is announcing his first trade deal since launching his global trade war, this with the U.K. And CTV's Kamil joins us with the latest. Okay, Kamil, this almost got lost in the big news of the day, but the U.S. president set to, or rather, he did speak this morning.
Yep.
What do we know about the trade deal between the U.S. and the U.K.?
Yeah, a lot happening in the Vatican, but this is also a pretty big deal because it really sets the foundation of what Canada can expect in its trade talks with the United States. Obviously, tariffs and counter-tariff measures here in place as well. But the UK, the first really to get a bilateral agreement related to this tariff and trade war in place, although they did not announce concrete details this morning, just broad strokes. The UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer still stressing that some details need to be ironed out. Much of this trade deal is in place now. So the gist of it will be that the U.S.-UK trade deal will cut tariffs on British automobiles from 27.5% all the way down to 10%. So roughly 1/3 of the percentage when it comes to tariffs on British cars will be in place. So a big reduction there for about 100,000 vehicles every year. This is the other big bullet point that came from this trade deal, removing tariffs on British steel and aluminum, reducing them from 25% down to nothing. So it's going to be zero now. And the U.S. president also saying that the agreement would lead to more beef and ethanol exports to the U.K. Another big bullet point from this press conference from this agreement is that there's going to be less red tape to streamline the process of U.S. goods through customs into the U.K. Have a little bit of a listen to what Trump had to say earlier this morning.
The final details are being written up in the coming weeks. We'll have it all very conclusive, but the actual deal is a very conclusive one. We think just about everything's been approved. So good for both countries, and we'll also receive new market access for American chemicals, machinery, and many other industrial products that weren't allowed, and they'll end up getting products that they'll be able to price, and if they like them better and we make great products, they'll be buying those products, but they were not available in the UK.
And worth noting, Bakari, that this still means that there will be a 10% base tariff on goods as part of this trade agreement. So that 10% will stay. But although we're seeing a reduction on aluminum, steel, and British automobiles, what happens next? What does this mean for other countries, including ours? Well, we know that Trump's administration is going to meet with China in Switzerland over the weekend. So maybe they're next up to bat. And this gives Canada at least some notes in terms of going into maybe their negotiations with a trade deal with the United States.
All right, CTV's Karamali. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome, Bakari.